Good morning, good evening, friends. Welcome to my channel, Ek Kitab Se Ek Moti. Today I'm going to bring two excellent ideas from the book If You Can Count to Four. You can have anything you want to have and be anything you want to be. This was published in 1957 and the author was Jim Jones. Recently another author republished it and modified the title a bit. So I'm going to take ideas from both these books. Both have the same content. There is a slight rephrasing done here and there. So the original title was If You Can Count to Four, and the modified title is, and I bought this book from Amazon. The original one is available for free from archive, If You Can Count to Four, but you can buy the other one, which has a new title, and it's called Success Quadrant. If you can count to four, here is how to get everything you want out of life. So I think the editor is Dr. Robert Wurstel. I'm not sure whether I'm pronouncing the last name correctly. Dr. Robert C. Wurstel is the editor, and Dr. J.B. Jones, Jim Jones, is the original writer. So you can take a look at both these books. You can download If You Can Count to Four from archive.org, and you can buy Success Quadrant from Amazon. So first let's understand the term quadrant. So in the Cartesian coordinate system, you have this x-axis and y-axis, right? So you have this xy side of the graph, and then you have the x dash and the y part. So the second part, then below the x-axis you have this, on the right hand side you have x and y dash, and then on the left hand side below the x-axis you have x dash y dash, I think. So these are the four areas. So the basic idea is that there are four parts to this entire process of succeeding in life. So let's see what the author says. So I'll first read the selected portions, and they are there's a lot of text today. A lot in a sense. It might take 10 to 15 minutes. So I'll just quickly read the text, and then we'll have a brief discussion, and then I'll end the video. So let me just start reading from this book, If You Can Count to Four, or the other modern title is The Success Quadrant. So let's see what the author says about the 4 steps to success. The title of this book, If You Can Count to Four, is designed to tell you that regardless of your background, your lack of education, your lack of knowing anyone who is supposed to be important, your lack of funds, or any other seeming lack, you can still be what you want to be and have what you want to have. Yes, you can start right now without funds, without education, without friends or influence, without an idea, without anything but a sincere desire to be somebody expressing life, and you can be that person you have secretly always wanted to be, and you can have all the money you want to express yourself within every field of your own choosing. Now it seems very promising. So when I read this book, I was I thought, maybe the author is a bit unscientific, and maybe it's just his imagination, but this thing works, and you can apply it to certain things and then decide whether it works or not. So in order to test these ideas, you can try them in some small ways first. You try to fulfill a small dream, and then if it works, then you can start applying it to your major dreams in the different areas of your life. Now let me move on to the next paragraph. It has been said that 98 people out of every 100 have never decided just exactly what they want to be in life. That is, they have never come to any decision regarding a life goal, like Henry Ford, Thomas Edison, or Andrew Carnegie. Now, these were very successful men of their times. But here is the most important thing as far as I'm concerned. It is understood that 98 of every 100 haven't made that big decision. But I happen to know, and you do too, that you and I and every other person living at this moment has some desire, right at this moment, that we want to realize as soon as possible. Ask yourself the question, what do I want to be next? And the second question, what do I want to attain next? There is one is about becoming, and the other is about getting something, like material things. List all the things you want to be next and all the things you want to have next. Let's not worry too much about what we want next year or 5 years from now or 20 years from now. At this point, If you have just one little desire right now that you wish fulfilled and you don't know exactly how to go about it, then you are ready to learn how to use the Success Quadrant. Now, this is the modified version. In the original version, it is how to use the if you can count to 4 principle. So both mean the same. The Success Quadrant has 4 sides, so it's a 4-step process, and counting to 4. If you can count to 4, the author says it's just a 4-step process, very simple. Anyone can do it. It doesn't require any money. You just need your mind and maybe some paper and pen. That's it. Let's begin by looking at phase 1, that is counting to 1. Phase 1 is the modified version. The editor, who I think edited it around 10 years or so ago, maybe slightly more than that. So he calls it the phase 1. The actual author, Jim Jones or JB Jones, Dr. JB Jones, called it count to 1. The first step is counting to 1. If you can count to 1, you can do the step 1. So this is what it says. Let's begin by looking at phase 1. Count to 1, which is to identify what you want. So first step is identify what you want. Write it down, define it, describe it. Phase 2. Now this, anyone can do phase 1, right? You write down what you want, you define it, you describe it. So the author also suggests that you buy some pictures, or maybe you can download some pictures. Nowadays it's the world of computers, so you can download some pictures that will kind of clarify what exactly you want to be or you want to have. So you can maybe paste some pictures in your scrapbook or in your goal setting notebook. So just try to be as clear as possible about what you want to have and what you want to be. Phase 2, that is count to 2. Next step is the second step. Phase 2, that is count to 2, is also just a mental exercise, and it doesn't cost you 1 red penny. Phase 2 is as follows. Pretend that you already are what you want to be and that you already have what you want to have. Ask yourself, how would I feel if I were already the person I want to be? If I already had the things that I have written down on my phase 1 list, how would I feel? What would I do? Where would I be right now? In other words, assume the fulfilled dream. So in phase 1, you describe the dream. In phase 2, you just believe that that dream has already been fulfilled in your life. So pretend that you already are what you want to be and that you already have what you want to have. So for this, the author prescribes quite a few things. For example, he says that he wanted to appear on television. So what he did was before he got that opportunity to be on television, he just asked his friends to come to his home with these he had already given them some scripts. So they had to just read from that script, or just they had to memorize the script and say those words that Jim Jones wanted them to say. For example, he wanted them to congratulate on his successful appearance on his successful first appearance on television and so on. So he just dramatized the entire process. You can do something like that. We'll discuss it in some detail later on once we are done with this list. Phase 3 or count to 3 is that ability within you to say yes and no. Many people have not learned that it is their individual prerogative to evaluate any life situation or event or proposition and then down deep inside say yes if they believe it should be yes, and to say no if it should be no. I'm not advising you whether in certain circumstances you should say yes or no. But in order to emphasize this point, I would like to say that you have the power and the right and the ability if you choose to use it. And the God of heaven gave you that power, right, and ability to use it. Well, phase 3 of this technique is down deep inside you. It is down deep inside you. Pay no attention to them, whomsoever, but keep your thoughts on phase 1 and phase 2. Keep identifying your desires and keep living in the feeling of having already attained them. Yes, you can control your attention units. You can learn to say no to anything which will hinder the fulfillment of your dreams. You are the master of your fate, the captain of your soul. Now, this is the line from Henley, the great poet William Ernest Henley, on which I made a video. So this is from the poem Invictus. I am the master of my fate, and I am the captain of my soul. So here he's just trying to say that you avoid any negative thinking about your goals. So if you have some negative suggestion from outside or even from inside, just eliminate those negative feedback or negative ideas. Now phase 4. Phase 4 or count to 4 is the how. It's the how process. How do you get from here and now to there and be what you want to be and have what you want to have and not cost you anything? Well, I'm going to give you the answer in several ways so that you will be sure to trust it. First, let me say that I'm aware of certain facts, laws, rules, powers which are all natural and which, if you will do certain things with the simple faith of a child, will all work for you and bring your dreams all fulfilled to you. How many of you have ever had an idea come to you for out of the blue in a sense, suddenly? It's an idiom, or maybe it's a kind of set phrase. All of you have, I'm absolutely sure. Well, how many of you know just where the blue is located? I don't exactly know where it is located myself, but I know the name we give it. The blue is your subconscious mind. Now, your subconscious mind is like the soil. Now, here is an analogy. Now, your subconscious mind is like the soil into which the farmer plants seeds. The farmer plants, for example, wheat. What grain does he expect to one day harvest? Wheat, of course, you say. May I ask you, how does the farmer take one bushel? Bushel is a measurement, actually. Let me just see what the bushel actually, what's the quantity, contained in a bushel of wheat. So, a unit of volume or capacity in the US customary system used in dry measure and equal to 4 pecks or 2150.42 cubic inches or 35.24 liters. So I think it's a measure of volume. So that's what a bushel is. Is it bushel or bushel? Let's see.
Bushel.
It's bushel. So that's what it is. So let's just continue with what we were reading. So the blue is your subconscious mind. Now your subconscious mind is like the soil into which the farmer plants seeds. The farmer plants, for example, wheat. What grain does he expect one day to harvest? Wheat, of course, you say. May I ask you, how does the farmer take one bushel of wheat, plant it in good soil, and a few months later harvest, say, 40 bushels? Where does the extra 39 bushels come from? Oh, you say, nature did it. Well, the farmer has learned by experience that there is something, some power, which he calls nature, and that if he plants good seed in good soil in good season, he can depend on this power in some manner or means, which he does not completely understand, to take his one bushel of wheat and increase it to 40 bushels. So that's a natural process that works. So now he explains this count to 4 process, or the success quadrant. Well, phase 1, that is counting to 1, is the seed. Phase 2 is the watering, cultivating, sunshine, and faith. Phase 3 is keeping the weeds out and not letting the enemy destroy your seed, which has been well planted and is being cultivated until the harvest. Phase 4 is the subconscious mind, which has the same quality in the field of life as the soil has for the farmer. So there is one example to illustrate how this can be put into practice. So in phase 1, you identify your desire of an income of $1,000 per month. So this is just an illustration. So if you want to increase your income to a certain amount, so let's just see what this process is. Phase 1, you identify your desire of an income of $1,000 per month. Phase 2, you pretend and feel as you think you would feel if you already had an income of $1,000 per month, of $1,000 per month. Phase 3, you would insist on maintaining that feeling regardless of any suggestion which would disagree with you, so avoiding negative thoughts. Phase 4, you would listen for an idea from your subconscious mind which will help you to actually earn and receive the $1,000 per month. One day you ask a friend of yours, how many ways are there in the world which pay at least $1,000 per month income? So all these are on the counting to 4 stages are mental processes. The effort will come later, but we need to have an idea, right? So that we know in which direction our effort should go. So the effort will come last, but the initial 4 steps are just mental processes. They don't need any physical effort, any real hard sweating and toiling. So that's what you need to remember. So finally, the author restates this method. So let me just read that out. The way to state the phase 4 principle is this: the size and color of your thoughts are cause. Your experiences are effect. Each thought has size and color, or quality and quantity. Your thought regarding income is cause. Your income is effect. If you could go through some sort of mental exercise and thereby increase the quality and quantity of your thought, which is cause, soon the income, which is effect, would be increased accordingly. The success quadrant is a mental exercise which expands our thoughts regarding our desires, and the law of cause and effect brings our desires to pass. So this was the first part that I want to talk about. So let's just briefly discuss it. So if you want to attain anything in life, first describe it in detail as much as possible. I mean, you can use photographs, images, pictures, drawings, and make your vision very clear. Put it on paper. That's step one. Second thing, you believe that you've already achieved it or attained it. So there should be no questioning in your mind that you've already attained it, although the facts might seem contrary to what you believe. But you need to just hold that idea that you have already attained it. The third is avoid negative suggestion. And the fifth is the kind of waiting period where you just wait for an idea to pop up in your head or to, just flash across your mind. And then the final thing is you put your ideas into action. So these are the 4-step processes of success. You can try it. So if you're a YouTuber, maybe you can put this idea into practice. And then you can say, for example, that you want to have maybe 1 million subscribers in a year or two. So that can be your clear goal of what you want to be or what you want to have. I mean, it combines both, right? You want to be a YouTuber with with 1 million subscribers. So both the be part and the have part are there. Then you believe that you already attained that goal. So maybe you can use some suggestions. For example, you can ask your children or your relatives or your friends to call you and congratulate you on becoming a successful YouTuber with 10 million or 1 million subscribers, depending on what your goal is. And then the third thing is keep avoiding these negative suggestions from others or from yourself, whether that's possible for you or not. And the last thing is just wait for an idea to pop up in your head so that it'll let you know what kinds of videos you need to make, whom you should contact, what kinds of courses you need to take, and the trainings, seminars or programs that you need to attend. So all these ideas will come, and then you'll one day be a successful YouTuber. So you can try to put this into practice. Just try it in a simple way, which doesn't cost you much, which doesn't take too much time, effort, or resources. So now let me come to the second part, which is also a great idea. So what Dr. J.B. Jones says is, or Jim Rohn says is, in order to achieve success in life, you need to switch your focal point of attention from how much can I get out of life. Don't ask how much can I get out of life, and develop a habitual concern about how much can I give. So this is the secret of success, and this is the reason why many people fail in life. I mean, they seek some kind of way of just getting from the world without giving it something in return. So you're just first focusing on giving. That is, you offer your services, you offer your whatever talent God has given you. You just use it for the benefit of humanity, and automatically you'll be paid by the universe. That's a law. I mean, it works, always works. Now let's see what other words he has to maybe unpack or unfold this idea. In other words, any individual on the face of the earth can be happy, healthy, and prosperous if he will seek an opportunity to serve, where there is an unlimited opportunity to serve humanity. So what is YouTube? Many people are successful YouTubers because they've found a channel of service, and they're serving humanity through their activities. I mean, on YouTube, you can share your knowledge, you can share your wisdom, or you can share some other talents, some other skills that you possess. You can share any other skills with others. You can give them information. You can provide them some entertainment. So that depends on what kind of service you want to offer and what kind of talents and abilities you already possess and you've already developed for yourself. Or you can just you can think of developing some new talent and then offer your services on YouTube. I mean, that's just an example that I'm giving. He must find that particular channel which he seems to have been designed to serve through, and then get into the channel of service where there is a genuine need, where there is a genuine opportunity to serve. Then he must become proficient and learn to render, first of all, a quality of service, which means integrity and know-how. After he has learned to render a quality of service, he must learn to render a quantity of service. So just you first provide good quality service, and then you can expand it and increase the quantity of that service. That's how you multiply your income. The secret of genuine success is very simple. All you have to do is to find a great channel of service to humanity. choose that particular channel, of course. Channel in a sense, a way or method or process. Choose that particular channel, of course, for which you seem to be especially designed, because there are many, many channels of service to humanity. There are many, many genuine needs. People need thousands of things. So let me just recapitulate. So the first thing you do is you follow this four-step process, the Success Quadrant, or if you can count to four process to achieve success in your life. So process one is define exactly what you want to be and what you want to have. Step number two is believe that you have already attained, you already become what you want to become, and you already have what you want to have. Third thing is avoid negative suggestions and negative thoughts. Remain positive. And the fourth thing is just wait for the subconscious mind to provide you a great idea that you can then put into practice. And the second great idea from this book is that the genuine secret of success is to find a great channel of service to humanity. That is, choose that particular channel and for which you seem to be especially designed, and then increase the quality of service through that channel, and that increase the quantity of service through that channel in order to succeed in life. So focus on giving to others and not just receiving from others. So instead of asking how much can I get out of life, just ask how much I can give. Thanks for watching this video.